He just wants to be a kid and have a good time. He's always got a smile on his face, no matter how much he's hurting and how hard he's working at things. And he is the kid that brings everybody else up. He wants to make everybody else happy.
Oh my goodness! Yay!
Good job, buddy. Max, everything looked healthy during the pregnancy, and then when he came out, he stopped breathing, and we found out that he didn't have an anus, and his esophagus wasn't attached to his stomach, and then they flew him about 2 hours away from me to a hospital that could handle what was going on with him, and he was a $1 million baby within 24 hours of being born. He had 7 surgeries, and we're coming up on the 200 mark right now, so it's been a lot. Bacterial is a non-random association of birth defects that occurs together, but they don't know if there's any genetic cause of it. The V stands for vertebrae, and he has a vertebral anomaly, has a tethered spine. That's how that affects him. The A stands for anus, and he was born without an anus. They created one for him surgically. The C stands for cardiac, and he was born with a VSD, and he also has an aberrant right subclavian artery, which is like 1% of the population of the world. The T is for trachea, and the E is for esophageal, and so he was born with a tracheoesophageal fistula where his esophagus was actually attached to his lungs instead of his stomach. The R stands for renal, which we recently found out that he has an atrophied kidney, and he has his bladder refluxes up into his kidneys. The L stands for limb deformities, which he doesn't have any of. You wouldn't know that he was a sick kid without knowing him. They recently added another letter to the diagnosis, which is S, which stands for a single vessel umbilical cord, which he also had. It seems like this monster that we keep feeding, but it never stops growing.
I wasn't able to touch him for the first 24 hours, and then he was stuck in a bubble. 86 days is finally when we were able to hold him.
Max was put on this earth to teach other people that no matter how bad stuff is, you can have a smile on your face and face it with joy, and that's what he does. He prides himself as the king of hugs. It's his thing, huh?
Yeah.
He goes through a lot, lots of pokes, lots of uncomfortable procedures, and he just keeps a smile on through everything, huh? It's incredibly expensive, even with insurance. We have very good insurance. We pay at a minimum $25,000 a year in medical expenses. Right now, Max's meds cost us about $600 a month. You know, we just do what we can to make it work. We have penny jars out in lots of places. We've got one here at the store in Wasco that they've had up for us for over a year now. The community here actually held a huge bingo night for us that was very successful. We raised about $4,000 there. Last year, the school did a thing where they had a challenge, a coin drive or whatever, where they saw they did a challenge to see which grade could raise more money, and they donated all of it to Max. And that was really cool too.
Oh, wow.
This community has been just overwhelmingly amazing. It's a great community. It's funny, when Max had his first surgery, we were talking to a lady, and she was a nun getting ready to travel to Rome to go and meet with the Pope. So she took Max's story with her over there. Yeah, it's just been crazy. Max has a lot of people on fighting for him, cheering, rooting for him.
So I do actually have a Facebook page. Also, there's one video on there.
Oh, there's lots of videos on your Facebook page, my love. This is a lifetime of care. This will never go away. For the rest of the time that he's alive, he will need medical care.
Thank you, Miss. The community.
It's a big word, isn't it? PIFster community. You know what that means? It means pay it forward.
We always do that, huh? Max is the kid that, can we give that guy $5 or a meal from McDonald's, or he stops to grab boxes of ramen when it's cold, and we stop and give them to homeless people that we see that are waiting. We do what we can to help when we can, because we've had so many people help us that when we have the opportunity to help, we do.
Well, that's what we call paying it forward, and that's what we're trying to do. So you and I are on the same sheet of music. How about that?
If you guys want $100 just one time to maybe
Help people?
help people.
Uh-huh.
I have one.
Well,
Max is all about helping other people.
that is so generous, Max, and that's very sweet.
I would like to say a big thank you to the PIFster community. This $600 will help us finish making rent this month and pick up Max's meds and be able to have a little bit of extra in our account to go and pick up his next meds that are due every 10 days. We have to go and pick up one of his medications because it goes bad every 10 days. So thank you guys. We really do appreciate it. We really do. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.